Hey there, it's Patmos, and nice of you to join me for this brand new series, and it's going to be Prison Architect, as you can see right here. One of my wishes for a long time has been to actually start a prison, have fun with it, but play with actual money, because that's a real challenge in this game, I think. So that's what we're going to do. Now, I've already took the liberty of loading up a map. I have made some plans for myself what we are going to build in the end, but with the limited money, you have to build it slow and expand and expand and expand to actually start to even think about reaching something like this. Now, what I want to do first is go over all the options that I have put on. So if we go to the game options, you can see all the normal stuff, but if we go to the extra part, we should be able to see all the map settings that we have. There it is. I was looking for it. So everything is basically quite normal, although we could pick some different uniforms if we want to, but I don't really know why. So why would we do that? We can see that I have put up prisoner aging, so that's on. All of this is off. We have escape plans, so prisoners have more ways to escape the prison, which will be interesting. All the rest I've disabled. I don't really like gangs and stuff like that. Inmates can turn criminally insane. I will turn that off for now, but we will turn that on later. And those are both basic settings that we have. There's also some DLC settings, but this is it. And we're, of course, only going to play with $30,000. Now, as we're going to get going, we have to read the letter from the warden telling us what to do. We have to set up a kitchen, a canteen, and stuff like that. I already know that. We have to accept our first grant to get some extra money going. And we can only have 2 in the beginning, so we're going to set up an administration center. 2 offices, a warden. We have to unlock finances and get an accountant. And of course, we have to set up a basic detention center. Now, the beginning of this game will be quite a bit about just building this whole thing, which might end up with us speeding up some stuff. So that might be one of the things that we're going to do. For now, I'm just going to focus on the outer perimeter. So let's build the fence that I have set up there, so that at least we have something for the outer perimeter. We have to put in a few doors here, so let's make some staff fence gates here. And of course, this is a prison. Let's get a large jail door right here. We'll also get a large jail door right here. Now, this second wall is supposed to be for the perimeter. And what I would actually like to do is start a little bit of the perimeter wall, so that this is one enclosure already. So we're going to start by making 3 spaces of perimeter wall. Those walls are very good at keeping prisoners from tunneling out. It takes them a lot more work to do that, so we have more time to actually find those tunnels. So for now, this is how we're going to do it. Then we're going to need some extra fencing here as well, because it's going to take a long time before that perimeter wall is up. So let's get some fencing in there. Let's put in some extra gates. And now I think it's time to at least get the game going, get started, so that the workers can come in and they can start to build that fence. Now, in order to speed up a bit, but also save some money, we're going to hire 2 extra workmen. That's it. And as you may understand, we will never be done in time to get prisoners already, so we are closed for now. We can see that all we are going to accept are medium security prisoners for a while. We will get some others later on, but for now, that's it. And now we have to get going. Now, if we go over the plans that I've laid out, you can see right here, this is going to be a cell block. We're going to make a yard. We're going to make a common room for them. So one cell block basically has most of the stuff it needs. And then we can create more cell blocks later. We're going to have space for the canteen, which can't be this big in the beginning with the amount of money that we have. But we can make a sizable one. And here we have room for the reception, or first the detention center. And then here we can start things like the staff room, the infirmary, visitation, and all of that. Here we have space for the offices and, of course, the utilities. And, well, from there on we will slowly start to expand this prison. So before we really get going, let's start by laying some of the foundations that we are going to need. Now, one of the foundations that we will be needing is a place where the prisoners can come in, which will be right here. And of course, I always make a habit of placing the doors straight in, so I don't forget about that. They have to get out somewhere. They can go out here. And since we will be building a medium security prison on top here at least, we're going to give them a prison door out there as well. All for extra security, of course. The more doors you have, the harder it is for them to get out. For now, what we can just do is lock certain doors open, so that even if we get prisoners in, they can just walk through fast. But we'll have to see. Now, of course, we have to get utilities in, which will be power, water, and then we have to get a few offices in. So it can be good to start straight off with a few offices. Now, we need one for the Warden, for finances, but then at some point we will also need one for the chief and for the workmen. So this is already what we're going to need in terms of offices. Yes, it's a big chunk of money, but once we get those offices in and those rooms ready, it should help us to make sure that we get some grant money in as well. So let's just get all of this done. And then we have the basic detention room. We have some offices that we can make for this grant. Here we will start with a small piece of the cell block, and here we are going to start with a small piece of the canteen and the kitchen. And then later on we will keep expanding and expanding. Now, it's very tempting to start laying out all the foundations everywhere, but that will make it so that the workers get more and more confused and they will only start to build ever so slow. So we're going to speed up as fast as we can. We can see they're building the fence here, one's building the fence here, so this should be slowly concluded. Once this is done, we are completely surrounded by fencing, so once they're in, there's no easy way to get out. Of course, the fence is not the best way to keep everybody in, but at least it's a start. And now we are just busy constructing all of this. Now let's wait for the doors. There they come. Here's the door already, so we can lock this one open for now. We can lock this one open for now. It's fine. They now have to build all of this. This is now just going to be the reception area. And one of the things we need in our prison is good security. And to get that, I always like to have some good metal detectors. They're pricey. They're worth it, so let's get those up. There are 2 metal detectors. And we're not powering them up yet. We'll do that later once we get all the power and stuff in. For now, we just need to focus on making sure that this is ready. The officers get up. And then they can just work on... there they come. We need some inner walls here. And we can start to set up the utilities. We can start to set up the offices. We'll get some grant money. And then we are going to actually work on the prison itself. Now, for doing so, let's build a power supply right here. Get a capacitor next to it once we can do that. Let's build some power supply here. Go up here so that we can enter these rooms for the lighting that needs power. Luckily, this is all not too expensive. In here, we will get the water supply. We only need one of that, so that's good. And then out here, we'll get some water pipes in as well. And probably go like this. For now, we'll leave it at that. Then we put that in as soon as we get to the cells. And then up here we have to start working on the offices. Now, for the offices, we have to turn this into certain rooms. And one of the good things we can do, these 2 will be something different, but these will all be offices. Now, by doing this, we make one big office, but as soon as the walls come in, they will start to be separated into small little offices. And that's exactly what we want right now. But by doing so, if you zoom in, you will get all the equipment that you actually need for that room that you assigned. So right now, we can just put in all of this and we get the offices ready, which is a big help. If you're not sure what you have to put in, you can of course hover over this triangle. It will tell you what you have to get in, but the highlighted items usually serve a purpose in the room that you are building. Now all we need right now is this, and when this is all in, it works as an office. Later on we will put in different carpets, we will put in some more decorations and stuff. But for now, this will have to do. This should be fine. Of course, at some point, it will be nighttime here. So let's get a few extra lights out. And the good thing with outside lights is that you don't have to power them manually. They just get power somehow, but I don't know how. Let's dismantle that one. We can use that later. And then we have the entrance here ready. We can see the fences are up. So as soon as prisoners come in, they have some way to go. And they can't get out easily. I think it's now time to start setting up the lighting here. So that this room is well lit up. I think they're now all really busy working on the outer fence. That's why they're not here. As soon as that is done though, and that should be done. Yep, they're all coming back now to continue the construction work here. They will now set all of this up, and while they do that and get ready for it, we are going to lay the foundations for our first cell block. We're just going to start small, so what we're going to do is we're going to build it like this. Then at least we have the hallway constructed as well. We're going to put in a large jail door. That's where you enter the block. And then we're just going to start with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cells. 2 of which will be solitary cells. So we're going to start with just 8 cells. But at least we have a start for the prison. As soon as we get these in, we can hopefully make a bit of good money. That will be nice. Ooh, we have the power station up. Now we will run out of power very quickly. We have a free capacitor, so let's use it. For the rest, I'd like to use the capacitors that are very big. Yes, it will cost you a ton of money, but it's worth it. They are already working on putting all the utilities in. You can now see they put a light up here, so now this room has lighting. Now everything just needs to be brought into place and it should be good. They're now starting the foundation work here. Now we also have to think about this little area and how to build the kitchen and stuff. It's always a bit of a struggle in the beginning because you have such few pieces of money, but I think we should be okay if we spend around 8,000. Yeah, that should be good. Maybe something like this. Yeah, this can be okay for a start. But this is where the kitchen is going to be. We have to put in doors, of course, so that the prisoners can come in. Give them 2 sets of doors. And then slowly they can start to work on that as well. Oh, we have our first office. That means that we can now get the warden. He will have that office. There we go. And now we can start to research finance. And once we have that, all we have to get is the accountant. And we have a grant done, which is very nice. After that, I guess we should go for maintenance, because that will be one of the other grants. And then security. That's the basic way I want to go right now. Another office is done. As soon as finance is unlocked, we can go to the accountant and finish the grant. I like it. There they go with these offices. They just have to wall it out. And then, come on. Some of these guys are so dumb. There he is. All right. Well, another office done. Just some stuff in here, and that office is done too. They're now making good progress on this bit. Yep, there it is. All right, there we go. Now let's put in the walls that we are going to need for this little cell block. And one of the good things with this game is there's a cloning tool. So once this is all up, we can just clone this bit and quite easily and quickly expand our prison. The only problem that we have right now is that we've spent quite a bit of money already. And I hope we did it well. We don't run out, because otherwise we have a problem. Because we still have to build some stuff. But if we do it right, we will have cells up, we will be making some money, and we can get a lot more grants in time and where we needed them, when we need them, so to build a lot of stuff in our prison. Alright, let's get going with these beds, but you can already see 5 beds in a row here, costing us 1,000. So yeah, building cells is expensive. Of course, these people all want a toilet, costing us another 1,000. Just to give all these people a toilet. Then, of course, they need a drain and a shower head. But at least they can shower in their cells. I like that. It's a good way to keep them more happy. And the showers are a very high profile area where that stuff will happen. So I'd like to just give them their own shower. And during lockup, they have the option to shower as well. So that will do them some good, hopefully. And of course, we have to make them somewhat happy and entertained. So it's good to give them something in their cell that they can use. And that will up the thing in the grade of their cell. If we put in a bookshelf, that will increase the grade of their cell. We can also put in a punch bag, but that's much more expensive right now. So let's just start with a bookshelf, so that at least they feel like they have an okay cell. And it's nothing too bad. One of the other things, of course, we need in their cells is lighting. We want to see what they do, so let's put in a couple of lights. Then soon enough we will be putting in the wiring and stuff. Let's put in lights here as well. There we go. Now, of course, they also need the utilities in, which is power. Which is pretty easy. All we have to do is this, and they have power. We also need to put in some of the water. What I like to do is this. And then just get down like this. And then here we can use the small pipes. That should do the trick. It's not that much money, so that's good. And this should provide the cells with power and water and all that they need. So that will be a good thing. And as soon as this is done, we can start to decorate the canteen and the kitchen, which will be actually quite the tough ones to do. They're tougher than the other ones. So once this is all up, we still have to get money for a guard and a cook. 2 guards and 2 cooks, and then we get that grant completed. Right now we can complete one though. Let's get the accountant. Grant completion, that's nice, and we can now pick a different grant. And we are going to not pick anything yet. Staff well-being, no, not yet. Reform, inmate health and well-being. We have to get the basic detention center up first. Once we have that one, we can make a big leap into more cells, getting the maintenance guy, getting security grants and stuff like that. For now, this is going to be it. So let's leave it at this, but this is good. This is where we want to be. We have enough power. Things are powered up as well. That's good. Yep, they're busy here, building everything, trying to get this done. Now, of course, before we have a canteen and a kitchen, no prisoners can come in, but we still run a positive balance, so we should not despair too much. For now, this is fine. Let's just completely speed up so that things get very well done. And then we can just assign the canteen and the kitchen there. And when we do that, for instance, the kitchen, it just needs a cooker, a fridge, and a sink. Don't need to be completely walled in, so we don't have to build a wall that separates the kitchen from the canteen, which is nice. And we've just put in a few tables so that at least we can get some prisoners in, and that should already be enough to make sure that we can finish all of the projects that we have running right now. We still have 12,000 in the bank. If we consider that we started out with 30,000, we still have quite a bit of money and managed to build quite a bit, so actually not that bad. Now, one of the things we are going to need is the holding cell for one of the missions soon. So let's build a holding cell here. It needs a toilet and a bench. And those are things that we can use later on as well. You just have to place the bench and the toilet. And then that will tick off the holding cell. Then we have to get a yard, which is easy. It just needs to be a walled off area. And our whole prison is walled off. So we have the yard now. And now we need a kitchen, a canteen, and a shower, and some guards and stuff. That's all we need. And I think we can make that. Another thing we now need, of course, is prison doors. Let's get a couple of jail doors. This will cost us 2,000 already. But it is what it is. What if we do a solitary door? That's 500. That's expensive. I'm going to hold off on that for a little bit. Alright, this area is now ready, so what we can now do is start designating these into the right area. So we need a kitchen. I think it needs to be at least a certain size, but we'll just make it like this. And then we can do the canteen, this whole area. And all of these need a few certain items. So this needs at least a few tables, so let's give them the tables. I'm going to hold off on one bench, because that's the bench that we've now placed in the holding cell. We can place that later here. It needs a serving table in the canteen. So let's place a serving table here, where they can actually serve the food to the prisoners. One will do for now. We don't need anything else. And that's everything they need in the canteen. And now for the kitchen, we're going to need a couple of cookers. They're expensive, but I think we have to start off with maybe 3, just so that we can grow a bit without having the need for expanding the kitchen straight off. And we can get a sink. This is all we need in here right now. Problem is, we need power. So that might be one thing to go for right now. So let's get some power. Luckily, this is not too expensive. The other problem is going to be water, so we have to get water all the way down here in order to get the sink to work. Luckily, I think we can do it like this, and then like this. Yeah, okay, this should do the trick. This should do the trick. And now we still have a bit of money left for guards and cooks. That should be able to fix this all. Let's just see what happens if we get everything in. If it works out, should be working out. And then we might also, once we get the grant, have money for the solitary doors that I would like to put in. Let's start by making this official cells. And as soon as the doors are in place, which is everywhere, these are now official cells. Let's make a solitary cell here and a solitary cell there. That's done. The canteen is actually functional now, so that is good. Kitchen will soon also be working once we get a fridge in. See, the cookers are already good. We have to get a fridge in and a sink, and then that's all good. I think we have to get some power down here at some point. Holding cell, very nice, but yeah, we don't really need that right now. Turning this into a reception soon. But I want those first. I want this grant to be done. Now, of course, I already hear you thinking, how are you going to fix this with the shower? Well, that's pretty easy. If we just click this one as to be a shower, we now have a shower. That works easy. Now, all we have to get is the kitchen. It still needs the sink. Requires... No, that's a fridge. Oh, boy. I should have built a sink there, not the... Right, let's dismantle it. Where's the sink, then? I did click a sink. I do remember I did that. Okay, well, let's build a sink right there, then. Okay, you know what? Let's stop the dismantling. Can I move it? Yes, let's just move it over here so that we just have an extra one. That's okay. And then once the sink is in, that's all good. And then we might actually be able to open the prison already. Let's speed up. Let's make sure things all get in. And then it could well be that by the start of the next day we can have our first prisoners in. It's eating time now. We're soon going to over things like the schedule and stuff for the prisoners. Yeah, we have it in. We need 2 guards and 2 cooks. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to tell them to fill to the capacity. We have a capacity for 8 prisoners. Will take 10 hours. So I am not going to hire people right now. We can do these and get the grant money in, which is nice, but we can also hold off a little bit. And just wait and see what happens right now. I think we should get a few lights here. Might be helpful to have a few lights in here. Yeah. So that we have a little bit more options for people to see what they're doing. Might be good. There we go. And then... Well, you know, if we get the 2 guards and the 2 cooks now, and we should be able to do that. The guard costs only 500, so that's 1,000. Cooks only, so that's 2,000. Then we can actually keep going already. So let's get these in. That should finish the grant. There we are. As you can see, we finished the grant. And there we go. Let's go to new grant. Cell block A. Raise your prisoner capacity to 15. I would like to do that. And prison maintenance. Unlock maintenance, cleaning, groundskeeping, and we have to get some janitors and gardeners and stuff. I like to do that too. All of a sudden, we have another 40,000 to spare. And we don't need this anymore, because we have built the holding cell. We have completed that mission, so now it can go away. Let's dismantle that one. And we are now going to call this room the reception. This will be where the prisoners actually come in. Another thing we can do right now is then, of course, power up this area. Let's get some power down here and to the metal detectors. Let's get an extra one of these. Okay, that's a start. Let's slow down a little bit so we can keep up. We need 2 of the doors for the solitary places here. That's something. And then, okay, this is good. I'm going to hold off a second. Because what am I going to do right now? I'm going to clone a bit of the prison. We go to quick build custom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone this whole area, except the below wall. Why do I do that? If I copy this and I put this right on top here, you will see it fits perfectly over the blueprint that I have. And now they're going to build that. And all we have to do now to get an entrance is demolish this set of walls. And they can just build a whole new set of cells for me. Now, I don't want these 2 to be solitary cells as well. Maybe 1, but maybe the other one can just be a normal cell. And we have 2, 4, 6, 8 cells here. If we build another 8, we get up to 15 or 16 and we finish this grant. So we are already on the way to now finishing this grant by just building this part. So let's get going with that. Of course, it will take them some time to do that. That's okay. We can bide our time. But at least we're off to an interesting start with this game. Alright, some deliveries come in. We have the reception here, but it still needs some stuff, like an office desk. Let's build 2. It needs a table. Let's build 2. That expensive. And they need a few chairs. We'll just start by placing chairs right here for prisoners. We can later completely decorate this area up, but for now I think this is nice for a reception. And this will be a very interesting area in the prison, I think. Alright, we have the maintenance, so we have to now do cleaning and groundskeeping, but we need the maintenance guy for that, which is the foreman. So let's get him. We can now start to research that. One of the other things I would like to get soon is deployment, because that will allow us to tell people where they can and cannot go and stuff, so that will be the next. As you see, right now we're losing quite a bit of money a day, but soon enough, once these prisoners come in, that will be fine and we don't have to worry about it anymore. So for now, let's just speed up. Make sure that those things all get worked out as we planned. And then from here on out, I think we actually run quite a nice prison. They've built this already. Now they're going to buy everything. We still have 20,000 to spare. And what we just have to do are things like getting the utilities in now. But once we do that, we should be okay. What I now do is just expand this line up, get this in, and it's all done. They all have water. They all have the stuff that they need. So this is an easy way to quickly expand the prison. Now we can see prisoners will be coming in soon. Might have the need for a few extra guards then, but it's interesting and tough because we also have to save money now because we have a bit of a bad situation. Let's see. Yeah, there they come in. They have to unload some stuff here. I think we can do with 2 extra guards. And still keep a positive balance for now. I think that might actually be good. This one is locked. That's good. But the problem is a guard needs to go there all the time to open it up. So, at some point, we might want to tell one guard to just be situated here. But for that, we need the deployment one. So, let's see. For now, another thing we can just do, if we can actually click the door, there it is, open the door. And now they can all get in. So that fixes that. Of course, now all the guards need to, open the door. I'd have to do this a couple times, so I'll leave it on like this. Now the guards will get the prisoners onto their stations. So something that we have to do is now start to work on their daily schedule, the regime. Let's go to the regime. Now they sleep a lot and they have a lot of other stuff. They also have some free time. I would always love to change this up. So what I'd like to do is get the sleep thing like that. Then use a lockup for this one. Then they have a lot of free time on their hands, but they can also work during that time. Right now they can't work yet, but that's okay. As soon as we provide jobs, they can do that. Then here we have eating, yard time. Then we do get another batch of free time and work time. And during those times, they can also do their reform programs. And I think that's good. Then they get another meal and then they go to sleep. So this will be the regime now throughout the whole prison for a while. And after this, we can do things differently. Let's not lock this open. That might be a little mistake. Most of the prisoners are finding their way into the prison now. We can get this solitary cell done, I hope. Yes. I think we have to tell this cell to be a regular cell. And we can put in a regular jail door. Ooh, something's happening. I heard that. This can be another solitary door. There we go. Alright, that should be it. Oh, they're searching a cell. Somebody was behaving bad. Uh-oh, that's not good. It's to go on lockdown for a while. Now, sometimes this can completely clutter it up, and it's impossible to actually click the prison door. But apparently, we should now still be able to do so. Oh, there comes the guard. That helps too. We have deployment now, though, so I can assign a guard. And I'm going to assign one guard right there. He will be opening and closing that door all the time. All the others will be busy here, making sure that the prison runs smoothly. We have 13 out of the 14 prisoners in, though, so we already got a couple of extra prisoners in. Which is actually a surprise. I wasn't sure that we would be getting that. So I think we can actually get 2 extra guards then. That means 1 guard per 2 prisoners. That's a bit much, but as soon as the prison gets bigger and bigger, that's better. Oh, we have a grant completion. We got the cells done. Nice. That's some good money. Inmate health and well-being. Get a medic. Yeah, that's nice. Staff well-being. Staff room. And make sure that no staff is exhausted and stuff. That's a nice one too. I want to get that one as well. We have 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, we have plenty of place for the prisoners to sit. It could just be that they can't get enough meals soon. From what's stacked here. Oh yeah, there's enough meals. There's plenty of meals actually. So we'll let them eat for now. That's good. We found a notebook page. Always nice. As you can see, I still have to find a lot of those. Let's speed up a bit. So something needs to be brought in here. Then this cell is done too. And we have most of the cells actually. I like this. 43,000. Okay, let's start working on some more foundations. I want to see what it costs if I do this whole block once. 16,000, that's a bit too much. We're going to start with this area. It does require an entrance, but that's okay. I can give those entrances. Now in here we're going to make the staff room. So that's just a normal room. I think in here should be something like the infirmary or whatever. And in here we'll get visitation. Now I place this door always on the side, and you will see once this is ready why that is. Right now I can't really explain that, but once it's done you will see. We need to hire 2 janitors and a gardener, and we finished another ground. So let's do a gardener. 2 janitors that start cleaning, and we have finished another ground. We have actually now got 35,000 money. Visitation rights, a bit too early. Health and well-being could be worth it. Cell block B could also be worth it, up to 50 prisoners. But I think we have to get to inmate health and well-being first in order to ensure that people that are injured and stuff can get healed, and guards that are injured can get healed. We can see our janitors are now really starting to clean the prison. That's good. So things are running. We have 45,000 people in money in right now. Actually more than we started with. So those grant payments are real good. And this place is just running. We have a functional working prison. And it seems to be not doing that bad. And if we just do another custom build up here, we will almost be there and have another row of prison cells. Actually, with all the money that we have, we're just going to do that. So let's do a clone. And I don't know if I want the extra solitary place in there, but we can see about that later. Let's just do it like this. Clone this little area. Get up here and do it like this. Get rid of the walls here. We will have 8 or even 10 extra cells. I wonder why that one is not working, but that's probably because this is designated as a shower. Yes, that's better. We don't even have the need for these solitary rooms, so that's interesting. Oh, but one is awaiting solitary confinement. Okay, so they can go to the yard. There's nothing to do there. We have to work on that at some point, because otherwise they will all get very pissed. We have the whole prison surrounded by one fence. Now the thing is, people from outside that you don't see can throw stuff over the fence. So prisoners can go basically everywhere and start to find goodies and contraband that you don't want. So at some point we will want to make sure the prisoners can't get all the way out there. One way to do that, of course, is get some extra fencing going. And I actually always like to do that. Now these perimeter walls, as you can see, are 200 per square that you put in. That's very expensive. But if you just put in another layer of fencing, that can already stop them. And since fencing is not that small, we are now going to build extra fencing here. And then at some point, once we really get some money, we can turn that into some more better walls like the perimeter wall. But for now, we're just going to build some fencing out there. That should do a very good job. It's now nighttime. Prisoners are going to bed. So what we are going to do is a tunnel search. Let's search all the places for tunnels. Might actually already be some tunnels dug out. There's an 80% chance that you will find a tunnel if it's there. So there's always a chance of 1 in 5 that you don't find it. So we have to do this regularly. Might piss off prisoners, but luckily they did not find anything, so we did not have to mess with the prisoners. So this worked out well. But yeah, that can be something that you have to... you just have to regularly check for all these bad stuff that can mess with your prisoners. Alright, they just have to build a place right here, I think, and then this should be done. So hopefully they will do that soon. They're now just building on all of this, which is also good. I mean, we need that. And there's one going with the fence. If there's one going with the fence here too. Yep, very good. Then all the fencing will soon be built as well. We actually make a tiny bit of money. Yay, I like that. What I want now is that they finish this first. And if you hold control and select a certain area, you speed it up. So they should now prioritize this. This is now urgent. So hopefully they will now build this little piece. So that I can start to make the staff room, the medical room, and the visitation area. And get those up and running. It's quite important to get those up and running. Especially visitation is one way to keep your prisoners quite happy and satisfied if you provide them with the rights to visit somebody. Now, of course, once prisoners have entered the prison, they are not going to the metal detector anymore, so we don't check them out anymore. That's why I've built this, and we are going to build another metal detector right here, if I can find the metal detector. So that once they start to get into the visitation area, they will be subjected to another scan. That will also prevent some of them to actually enter this. Because they know that they will be caught, so they won't. Others will take the gamble, and then there's a good chance that we catch them. Of course, it only detects metal and not any of the other contraband, so that is still an issue. But at least we're setting this up right now. For visitation, let's put in some good lighting here. Have to get in the power as well, of course, but we can do that all. But just now making sure that this is all set up properly. This will be the medical room. This should then be the staff room. Luckily, we have some money to spare, so that helps in doing things quickly now. Staff room, yes, that's right here. Just need some sofas and a drinks machine. And what I would like to do is make this staff only. So that prisoners are not allowed in here. So they will not get contraband from drinks and stuff. Alright, let's get some sofas in here, which are expensive. So we'll start off with a few. We'll get 2 drinks machines in here. We might later add another row of sofas or something. But at least now the staff can have some rest. That should be worth it. Let's go like this to make sure that we have power here. Let's power up these metal detectors. They're now buying all the equipment for this area. So soon enough we have another prison area. And we now have to get health researched. Do we also... Oh yeah, we also need to hire a psychologist for the health and well-being. So we have to get another office and get another get the psychologist in. So it might be good to plan that out already. So just to get a working functional prison, as you can already see, it takes quite a bit of work. But on the other hand, it is not that hard because we go quite fast right now and things are working out. We have things set up here. We just need to put all the nice stuff in and we're there. Did we put in the utilities yet? No. So let's do that. We still have around 30,000 to spend. So no complaints there from me. That's all going well. And as soon as we get more prisoners, there's a bigger chance of fighting and stuff like that. So then we are actually going to need those solitary cells to keep them all separated. And with the new prisoners that should be coming in at any moment, we might have the need for 1 or 2 extra guards as well. Have to keep thinking about that. We can see that the 2 janitors did a good job. Most of the areas are now pretty clean. They could be cleaning some offices, but yeah, lots clean. I like that. I'm going to lock this door open so that they can always go to their cells. This guy took something and he's now probably putting it into his toilet. But hey, you can never be too sure, so we'll find out later. And this room is still set as with the... yeah, that's better. There you go. It was still set to only be a shower there. That's not good. 17 cells. We get another 9 added to it. So that is... up to 26 then. Okay, halfway there with how many we... Ooh, 2,000 for prisoner intake. Nice. Now, at some point, prisoners will be released and we can get fines if they are not... if they are then reoffending and coming back again. So yes, we can get good money by releasing prisoners at some point, but we can also pay hefty fines if they come back not behaving and they did another crime. So we have to see how that goes. For now, things run okay. Kind of like it. It's not going that bad. Did we research health yet? Almost. So we can build the infirmary. This is all up and running. Alright, let's start setting up visitation. They'll be happy with that. There we go. This is now visitation. I do want one guard present here at all times. So if the metal detectors go off, there's a guard that can actually take them in and send them somewhere. That also means we need at least 2 extra guards to do all the other stuff. Can also be that people that come in won't really come in because of the metal detectors. Alright, there's all the families sitting. Now soon enough the prisoners should come. Yep, there they go. See, this guy had something bad on him. We're now checking him. Didn't find it. Oh, that's not good. Alright, search the prisoner. Can't do that apparently. Well, maybe it goes off again and then we find something. Or he's... Nope. Apparently it's gone. Could have been a false positive. But this will really help keep your prisoners in line. Making sure that they have the option to see family and stuff. That will get them ready. Get them real happy. If we get the psychologist, that's a very big help. Because then we can actually see a prisoner's needs. Right now we can't really see that. I will show you in a second once I have set up the office for the psychologist. So that will be of great benefit. Just to be able to know and see what a prisoner needs. So yeah, we can't see it right now. We have to get the psychologist. But when we have it, oh, that'll be good. Okay, let's see. Hire a security chief. We have that. Hire 10 guards. We have 8. Unlock patrols. And put 3 guards on patrol. That is a very nice grant to try and get. Let's unlock patrols. That's costing us 1,000. But he can do that already. Because, well, he's not doing anything else anyway. And that'll be easy money. As we now start to work here on the infirmary. Now, we don't need that many medical beds yet. So I'm going to skip some places. But later on we can add beds in between. That's fine. Right, that's it. We have the staff there. Or we have the infirmary. Let's get 2 doctors as we have to for the grant. And then, as soon as we have the psychologist, we get another 10,000. I like it. And this is also good for prisoners. We can now give them healthcare. Make sure that they are not doing too bad. So that'll be nice. We just need a bed in here, bed in here, bed in here. Then we have extra cells again. We can house 24 prisoners now. And we are halfway in with a cell block. We just have to do this area. Do a good yard and a common room. And we have 1 complete cell block ready. And I'm kind of impressed with how quickly we go. This is real nice. Should not speed up too much though, because things of course can go wrong, can go bad. So we have to make sure... Oh, there's a smelly prisoner. He needs to go to take a shower. Things can go wrong at some point, so we have to be careful. Have to make sure that they behave and stuff. Might need to put a guard in here every now and then. But right now they're all behaving, which is good. I kind of like that. Prisons can be hard to deal with, prisoners, but so far they are well behaved. Did we get the psychologist yet? Yes. So we can now hire a psychologist. That finishes the grant. 10,000 for grant completion. I think we can now go for cell block B and expand all of this. And then we can get the whole cell block in. So let's do that. And right now we should be able to see the needs of prisoners. And we can see they now have a need for sleep. Anything that's red is a dire need. Yellow is just something that they want. And when you see a bar in there like that, then people are taking care of their needs. So some of them are now going to the toilet, which is good. They have a need for freedom. And not going to give them that. Family and sleep. Well, they can all go to sleep soon, so that'll be fine. Family can visit next day. Some have a need for drugs, so we might have to do some drug programs at some point. But for now, this is not that bad, actually. It's they're pretty happy. They're pretty happy prisoners. And we have 50,000 to spare, so we have some good starting money for the next episode. So for now, I am going to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel. Leave all your comments in the comment section. I will respond to it. And then, of course, I hope to see you in a brand new video. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.